Friends. How are you doing today? Welcome back to another light language reading. I have to say before I dive in that it feels like it's been a while for me. I mean, it has been a while, it's been a couple weeks, but it also has taken quite a few steps to get here. And in the end, I can really say that I am so happy to be here with you all. And yeah, thanks for continuing to be part of this magic and being part of this journey wherever we're all going together. And yeah, so we're starting to get closer to the winter solstice. It's starting to be darker and darker, earlier and earlier. I'm sure many of you are probably feeling a lot of shifts happening right now. And yeah, it's a sensitive and vibrant and very specifically activated time. And it's precious. And I wonder how you all have been moving through it. Would love to hear what has been alive for you during this time. I know a lot has passed for me, a lot of magical, unexpected, impossible even um, layers. And I'd be very happy to hear what has been alive for you, how the possibilities of your life have or have not seemed to unfold. And yeah, I think that's it. I think I'm going to dive right in. And before I do that, just saying for anybody who's with me, very welcome to say hello and share your energy and your feelings right now. Would be happy to hear from you. Um, so let's start by tuning into ourselves and diving into our breath a little bit. I really want to play today. So I think that's what we're going to do. As ever, though, if it feels right, if it feels good, I invite you to start taking some deep breaths. Start and close your eyes. Really start tuning into your body. As ever, without forcing anything, starting to tune in and see how you feel, what's alive. And also starting to move the breath through the body a little bit, gently inviting it in. If it feels good, inhaling in through your nose. And exhaling out through the mouth. And sometimes I feel the sense that like the breath has a sort of uniform track it follows as it moves through the body. But today I invite us all to use the breath to invite one unexpected thing, big or small, into our system, into our field, into our body. Inhaling and letting it taste. Letting it stir up an emotion, or a thought, or perhaps actually activating a part of your body, a specific part or parts. Allowing yourself to be fully present to the breath and letting the breath be fully present within you, within this element, this aspect. And for example, for me right now, I feel like I have perhaps an excitement, almost like a drive to explore, to like dive into my life. But actually, what is unexpected right now in my breath is the moment before that pouncing, like the moment a cat, been inspired by my cat mate in this house, Julio, a lot in this way. But the moment the cat gathers itself, starts maybe wiggling or opens its eyes very big, flattens its ears, that before it launches itself. Right now, I'm feeling that anticipatory, patient pause the moment before. And it's sort of surprising because I have a sense that movement in my life right now, also in this exact moment, in this breath, and yet I have a sense of being asked to wait. And this is not exactly something I feel in my body right now. Somewhat, I sense it intuitively. But it's the that I feel is coming by receiving my breath in a variety of layers. Also emotionally, also mentally. And so this is the invitation. Right now, as you breathe, are you willing to create space for one unexpected thing, aspect? And can you receive it? And keep breathing, keep following the breath, keep moving the energy. And you can take a few more breaths to be with yourself, be with the exploration, without judgment, noticing what comes. And slowly tune back into your body, its natural rhythms, the room or the space around you, your heart, and slowly you can open your eyes and come back to this space. Thank you. Move into the light language reading now. And very, very briefly, for those of you who may not know what this is, every week I've been doing a light language reading using this incredible tool of light language, which is passed down from the curanderos in Mexico. And it uses shapes and colors as one of many precious tools for connecting to the energy we do not see but always feel, and shaping our lives with, around, and for it. And in these readings, I use light language to give a sense of practically the way we might expect the energies of the week to move forth, and our part in navigating them. And as always, I have my materials down below right here. And I'm going to choose a shape and a color now. And I invite you to be with your heart, to be with your intentions. And I'll choose a color and a shape, and we'll go from there. See. And of course, as always, if you're with me, I invite you to say hello. Let me know how you're doing if you wish to share. Ah. Mm. All right. So this week we chose the color dark gray, and the nickname for this is intensity. And the shape this week, I think we had it also recently, but the shape is responsibility. I believe we did have it. And the first part, I feel like it's a multi-pronged reading as ever. Nothing is ever what it seems more and more as our days progress. But the first thing that feels clear is that this week it is a week of really coming to terms with our truths, not just our core values, but what is truly alive and real in our lives. It is absolutely a confrontational sort of a process about meeting things which very likely, although not necessarily, we have been trying to suppress or avoid seeing or embodying. And we're moving into more receiving, more seeing, more embodying. It's a week where I feel that we'll move through perhaps one, maybe two, if you're having well, it is an extreme intensity week, so perhaps there are going to be multiple, but it is a week of moving through one or more areas in which we may have felt rather stagnant recently. This might have been a sort of temporary feeling or something that has persisted for years or even as far as we can remember in our lifetimes. Mm. We're just going to be seeing more. More will be revealed to us because it is time and because we are ready, and it is our calling at this point to take responsibility and own these aspects of our lives. It is definitely a week of greater embodiment, a more complete embodiment of self. I can't remember when it was, but I recall maybe a month or somewhere in there, maybe more. um, receiving all of our pieces. And again, it's a rather movement, but this time it's about actually moving across the stagnant places and really spending time. I don't want to put it like a polarity, but on the other side. And we're starting to kick ourselves into gear. And I think the other message that's sort of coming through, and a few people I follow, I saw posts about this kind of thing, and it resonated with me because I also believe that's true. So I will also repeat it here since it's more or less the idea of this message. The period of healing in our lives for each one of us is not a forever period. We do not need to heal the entirety of our lives. At some point, the shadow work will no longer resonate. The healing will kind of reach natural completion, and it's at the time when we are ready to move. I mean, we are always ready, but it's the time where all of that healing work is taking us into a culmination. We're starting to move through a transition as ever where we will not go back. But it's about starting to actually, and I receive this as well as some of the biggest guidance and wisdom that I am carrying in my own life for my own personal evolution. But it is time of starting to play with our mastery and dance and be masters, because we are in so many ways. Like we are these incredible lights, for lack of a better word. And we carry so much wisdom with this, which is more than just a theory. It is in our DNA, it's in our cells. We have had so many experiences on so many levels, in so many dimensions. And even though many of us are at different points of our journeys overall as souls and also in this lifetime, it is a true and accurate statement to say that we are all high. And this place of capability from the parts of us that are within, that are innate, on which we've kind of been peeling back layers or doing our shadow work. Through it all, these parts have always been there. And it's like this week, yada, like let's get it done. Let's start to remember and celebrate and honor and acknowledge and live as and for and with these parts. And all of the pain that we might experience as well is part of us. It's part of the journey. It's part of the growth. But it is also only a part. And this transition is also about honoring that and the truth of how that actually plays out in our lives. honoring that as something which can be a companion as we weave in our mastery, but at this point is starting to be less involved and more an accompanying presence. And yeah, it's pretty clear. It's pretty straightforward. It's time to walk our talk. It's time to keep going, keep living. Mm. To give ourselves space to actually live in the truest sense of that, to move aligned with our gifts, our with our aligned moves. Yeah. So that's a pretty clear one. That's a pretty obvious opportunity. Let's go out and do it, you know? Yeah. So I think that's it today. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. And I will also try to communicate more about this, but I believe I will be taking a break in December from these readings, also because I will be traveling and being in the heart of weaving with my own magic. And I will post about this as well. But I will be back in January, renewed and surely more inspired than ever before. So yeah, thank you so much. I'm sending you so much love. Let me know how this resonates for you. As ever, my door, my messenger is open to you. Leave a comment, write me a message, whatever feels good. If you'd like to share, you're very welcome to do so. And I will see you soon. Happy holidays, happy beautiful season of light. Who knows, maybe I will tune in if I can. Biggest love, friends. Bye for now.